Hi, Ole. Good to see you.
Hiya.
Can I start, Ole, by getting your reaction to the news we've had in the last 24 hours or so, Frank Lampard losing his job at Chelsea?
Well, it's not really for me to comment too much on that one, of course. One thing I know for sure is that Frank doesn't want any of us to feel sorry for him. That's for sure. I know his character, mentality, and I'm sure he'll bounce back and have a very good managerial career. They just went through a little patchy period for a short spell. It's not long ago they were top of the league, and it's the first dip of form they've really had under Frank. So a little bit surprised, but it's not my job to comment on what's happening in Chelsea, really.
It's something you've experienced as a manager, that tricky run, the external pressure building. Manchester United backed you, and now the club sits at the top of the table. Is that perhaps evidence that sometimes in these situations, patience is a virtue?
Well, I don't know. I can just comment on our club, of course, and we knew that we were going to have some rough and patchy periods, and they stood strong. Of course, I've had good backing from the club, and the leadership have been very steady, which I feel very grateful for, because we've been through 2 or 3 really bad spells of form, of course, but. Sometimes we don't know what's happening in behind the scenes. You probably don't know what's been happening in behind the scenes here either, and it's not for me to keep talking about our communication. But it's always sad when someone loses their job.
James Cooper.
Hi, Ollie. You said you're going to have a chat with Jesse Lingard about what the future holds. There are a lot of clubs interested. Firstly, do you think a loan will work for him? And what's happening with Brandon Williams? Is a similar thing planned for him?
There's still part of our club, part of the squad, training well. No deal has been struck for any players yet going out. Still a little period left, of course. There's been a few. Many clubs interested in our players. So. Let's see what happens. For me, it's also important to take our wishes and our plans into consideration, but also the players, of course, because they are Man United people and players through and through.
I think it's spent many weeks kind of lamenting the home form. You're now won 5 out of your last 6. Does that come with form and belief, or did you have to have a chat with the players to kind of get that going again?
I've said it so many times. Home or away, it doesn't really matter. It's just the pitch, the surface of the pitch and the surroundings. There's no fans, no crowd. You don't have that extra man that we normally have, and which we can't wait to get back again. Ground staff have done a good job, so we're happy with the surface. Our form, of course, it's come through hard work, through the coaching, through the work the players have done. We knew the beginning was going to be hard for us, and it just fell so that we had a few difficult home games to start with, and the circumstances in those games were hard for us to overcome. Now the form is good, the mood is good, confidence is good, squad is fit and healthy, so we're in a good moment, of course, which you've got to enjoy, but then it's focus on the next one. That's the only thing that matters.
Simon Peach.
Hi, Ollie. You said the squad's fit and healthy. Does that mean Marcus Rashford will be available tomorrow? Is there anyone that won't be available?
Marcus is available, yeah. He trained this morning, so available for selection. It was just, I think he tweaked his knee a little bit, but he should be fine. Trained fully this morning, so we're looking strong, which is a good place to be in.
Forgive me if you've been asked this, I came in slightly late to this, but you've got a lot of exciting young players.
Oh, you're late, by the way.
Well,
where did you have to go? Did you have somewhere to go?
Sadly not. No, I just wanted to ask about Amad Diallo and Pellistri. There's obviously a lot of excitement about Amad and when we're going to get to see him. If you can give us an update on that, perhaps, or if he can be involved tomorrow. And with Pellistri, there's suggestions that he could leave on loan. Spain's been mentioned. I didn't know if you could update us on that.
There has been talks, and there's been quite a few clubs interested in Facundo to go out on loan, and then that's maybe something we will we will let him do now. He's had a few games in the reserves. We want him to have regular football, of course, at high level. And with Ahmad, I think it's a different scenario. He's just come in. He's going through a good training regime and training program, and he's doing really well. So it won't be too long, I feel, before I can bring him into the squad.
Sam Stone.
Ollie, does the backing that you've received extend to talks about a new contract? You are into the final 18 months of yours now, and it would be unusual for the club to allow that to go into the final year.
We haven't had any discussions yet, so for me, just keep on doing my job as well as I can.
In terms of the conversations you have with Ed and the owners, I mean, it must be positive for you, because clearly they have stuck by you.
Well, I've said it many a time that we looked at the squad, we looked at the situation we were in, we put a longer-term plan in place. I knew, the club knew, it were going to be some patchy periods. We had to stay strong mentally. And the leadership they've shown has been very, very strong and steady. And of course, I'm very grateful for the communication that's been very open and honest all the time.
Carlson.
Yes, hello Ola.
Hi.
For the last couple of years now, Man United have been kind of in the shadow of your biggest rivals, and maybe Liverpool especially. With these last results against Liverpool and knowing your position in the league as well, is it safe to say now that Man United are the big brother again?
We're not getting carried away. We know we have to get consistency in the results, performances. The two teams that have been top of the league the last 3 seasons, they have been amazing. Absolutely incredible consistency, quality. And in many, many other seasons, you would have won the league with 15, almost 20 points less than what they have had, the two of them. So we know that this is the start of something. We just want to be competitive and keep on improving. So no, we're not going to get carried away, but just keep on working as we do.
James Savundra.
Ollie, it was obviously a very challenging start to the season for Mason Greenwood, but after that performance against Liverpool, are you expecting him to just fly now and be a crucial asset heading towards the back end of this season?
We think Mason is going to be very important, of course, in the second half of the season. But it's not just going to happen by itself because you've played a good game and scored. He scored against West Ham a while back as well, and you expect it to kick on. I think Mason has taken steps. He's grown. He's more mature, and he's been training with Edinson Cavani for half a season now. He's learning good habits, and whoever doesn't learn good habits from a professional like him or Bruno or the players we've brought in, that's a pity. So back to your question. I'm very confident that Mason will chip in with good performances and goals and assists. Yeah.
Last question in this section for Andy Mitten.
Hi, Ollie. Give it. Edinson Cavani started 3 of the last 4 games and he's played 90 minutes in each of them. Is he finding his stride for you, and what's he bringing to your team?
Oh, how long have we got? We've got what he can bring, what he brings. When a striker of that age runs almost 12 kilometers, he chases down every time the centre-back have got the ball. He chases down every time the keeper has the ball. He back tackles on the centre midfielders. He makes a mistake for the second goal Liverpool scores, but he's the one that's closest to winning it back inside their own 18-yard box. His reaction and his work rate and his habits and the threat in the box, the humility of all coming in every single day doing your best. We can go on and on, but his experience and his attitude, of course, that's given us a lesson, every single one of us.